Oh, she was grand. I fell in love, found out firsthand. Went well for a week or two, then it all came unglued out. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, SHIRO, everything update video. Got a couple announcements. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Before we start off anything, I have to go in and read something that VeVe had written, saying, our entire team mourns the heartbreaking loss of one of our own, a beloved member of the VeVe fam, and our hearts are here with their family, friends, and everyone in the community feeling the weight of this tragedy. In this space we built together, filled with passion, creativity, and connection, every voice matters. And Bruce Clark Kent made a lasting impact. Please take a moment today to hold your loved ones close, to remember how powerful kindness and community can truly be. We'll continue to carry their spirit with us as we move forward together. And with that, in honor of Bruce Clark Kent, cracking a cold one for the boys. Would very much like to have a beer with the man. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Let's everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Hello everyone. I see people are here getting this bread. What's up, Walrus King? How's it going? My voice is actually feeling not horrible today. I have I guess one of the new things that I should do is talk about the new raid bot that we have. And this is something that was just started by WC3NTE, who's the kind of like the community leader, community host of Stacker. And what it is just, I'm trying to think of who to message. Probably message WC3NTE. I think he's going to bed now because it's late over there. And it's going to be, I don't know if you've seen, I'm sure you have. You're on like Elon Musk post, or you're on like any random post, anyone that has anything to do with crypto or not, that just have a lot of followers. And people are shilling, their token. They're shilling pen coin, they're shilling bottle cap coin, they're shilling whatever type of coin. And it's like, and every now and then I get curious, like, what is this token? And I just take a look, I look it up, and most of them are trash. I feel like tokens are like Saturday Night Live skits. Most of them are trash, some of them are all right. But every now and then you find one, you research like, hey, this is really cool. So obviously, me being as like kind of a makeshift ambassador for OMI, I really kind of envied a lot of other communities that they just had 100 people every day just rating everybody's posts, and they're working for their bags. Ask not what a Comey can do for you, ask what you can do for a Comey. And this is it. So message WC3NTE to get that tag, to join the Raider group. So whenever someone posts anything about crypto, whether it's related to OMI or not, see if we can post, rate some stuff, and just kind of get the word out there. That seems to be one of the big things that we're missing. Like, we had a couple of quivers, a couple of arrows in the quiver, and this wasn't one of them. I've been asking for this for a long time. Thankfully, it seems like we got it. So go ask him about that. That's going to be one of the best tools that we can get, especially as new people come in. Active Telegram and active, like something like that, is something that we need, like in a bad way. What's up, Bill Gardner? How's it going? Meow, meow, meow. Hope you're doing well, fam. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. He was second. Tammy is third. Autumn Joy says, did you know it's difficult to say I lost the game? And come on, Autumn. Well, everyone, since I said it, you all lost the game with me. So it's been a while. It's been a while, but no. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's continue on here. We have quite a bit to go over. VeVe grosses 350K in May. Should we wait for that? You know what? Let's start with that. I had gone to a couple of, I've been getting into a lot of meme projects recently, not necessarily investing in them. I'll throw like $50 or $100 into a bunch of different things, just to show support. Hey, buy, hey, I'm a member now. Hey, I have a small bag. And that's fine. And I'm not, if it even goes up 10 as like it's $500, like me selling, like, it's not going to kill the chart, right? Even other tokens Like, let's say like DEVVE. Like DEVVE's like pre-revenue. Sure, they get something from Fias for the Litcraft and Experience for the gaming stuff that's built on the blockchain, but I don't think they're pulling in hundreds of thousands per month. Um, the fact that Will Stewart joined them, and again, they're around the same market cap as OMI DEVVE is, and again, pre-revenue. VeVe has this long history of just getting money, just absolutely. And today, you know, we passed $350,000 for the month, and it's still what May 19th, and May 19th is a very historic date. There's been a lot of Star Wars stuff that had come out on May 19th. I don't know why my hair does that. I don't know why my hair falls down like that, the ponytail. Probably do 400K, 400-ish K, and we haven't done over 400K in a month in several months. So this is going to be really nice to look at. This is going to be really nice to see, and hopefully, and again, it's Star Wars month, so I like fully expect it to be a little bit bigger than maybe June, but it seems that again, more users, more gems being spent, more action in there, and like I said, the goal is to get 10,000 active daily users at some point before the end of the year. That's my goal. Even if we can only get, you know, a couple thousand more added to this, that's still honestly a couple thousand would probably be, because it depends what the token does. I mean, that I would probably consider that a failure. You know, if we only have like 2,000 or 3,000 people every day, is it still better than it right now? Yeah, but you know, what is the token going to do with just, you know, 3,000 new users? I'd want quite a bit more than that. But despite what happened yesterday, and people were calling the Blackpink drop like oh, it was a horrendous waste, or it was a huge flop, and it's like, okay, well, according to who? Like, listen, I get it. Not a lot of products sold. Like, I'm pretty sure it was 420 to get the set. Yeah, like $10,000 worth of products sold, right? Be advised that means that set is going to be super scarce. And I know there's like 68 hours left, or however many hours left before you're never going to be able to buy that again. There's going to be likely less than 60 full sets, or 50 full sets of that. That is very scarce. And it's not like, okay, here's this random artist from DesignerCon that is, you know, kind of known out in the weirder aspects of the world, and they have like something that is, you know, one of 85. No, like this is Blackpink, where 1 out of 60 sets is just bananas. It's the most popular girl band in the world, and unless you count the Sabrina Carpenter band over on like Fortnite, they're doing absolutely crazy things over there. So I see that as a very genius move by VeVe, because they're going to, and yeah, they made like 10K on it, which is nothing. You know, a couple comics make more than that, but the fact that they're going to have something so scarce, like the scarcest Blackpink set, if Blackpink ever does NFTs with anyone else, anywhere else, I don't think they're going to have the same amount of scarcity. Only if they happen to go on, let's say, like another platform, and just nobody mints it because nobody's on that platform. Yeah, that's fine. But I really want to see how this kind of plays out before. Yeah, I really want to see how it plays out before this stuff happens. Anywho, let's continue on here. Mbaku forever. I love you guys. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's go through SHIRO first. Let's go get this bread. Where is my little baby SHIRO? SHIRO had and I was shilling SHIRO today in a space. I was talking about, I forget which space I was in. It might have been the Space Penguin space. There were a bunch of cool people, and I have an announcement on Space Penguins as well. Semi-announcement. So SHIRO's done about 1.9 million volume on the day. They are down about 5% on the day to about a $16.2 million market cap, which is still fine. I'm chill with it. I think at 20 million they go and they burn a bit of the supply. Speaking of which, they do have a couple of burns to speak of. I don't have the numbers on that right now. I'll get that later. And I was telling people that SHIRO is likely one of those tokens that I'll be able to get on the DEVVE exchange when it comes out later this year, because of the fact that it has more volume than OMI does. Like on any given day, the past several weeks, SHIRO, which again, pre-revenue right now, but they just have a massive, massive following, and they have a really good team. They're doing a lot with their staking. They're doing a lot with just bridging everywhere and just being active in spaces. And that's it. Like more than half of this battle is attention. Again, so like, why does SHIRO, with no revenue and no, like business to speak, again, they're going to be on VeVe, and that's great. They'll get some more revenue there. But why do they have more volume than OMI? Why is the sentiment on theirs higher than OMI? Why do they have more active? It's just because, again, it's all about attention. The vibes are cool. And I'm not saying like this $100 million company like VeVe should like have cooler vibes and to spend money on vibes, but I'm just saying that that's an important part that I think people overlook, is that attention. And again, this is why we needed that raid group. This is why we're going there. So again, super happy about it, super excited. And I think it'll only be a matter of time before, again, it looks like these trade wars are kind of coming to an end. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. But I mean, it's true. Bitcoin's been flirting with that all-time high over the past couple of days. It's at 105.7 right now. People are acting very strange. So it was like 107 yesterday, went down to 102 early this morning, and people are acting like Bitcoin was trading at like $50,000. Like, it didn't feel like Bitcoin, like this is like a crazy bull. Like the fact that it's trading over 100K, and it's been trading for over 100K for a couple weeks now. When was that? May 7th was the last time it was or May 8th was the last time it was under 100K. So not even 2 weeks. It's just wild, considering a month ago we were down like under 85K. We're like 80K. And back in April, or early April, we're like 74K. So it's fairly miraculous what we've done in a certain amount of time. But again, people just are, they're not celebrating like I feel like they should be. And again, like we reached all-time high, I think 108, we reached that a couple of times. And it might not feel real because, okay, Bitcoin's moving, and what is ETH at? ETH's at 25 hundo, so that's up 2% on the day. And it just doesn't feel like, because not a lot of the alts are moving. So I understand that. But it seems that when the rates get cut, when you have all this money running into the markets, again, there's money going to be everywhere. I think SHIRO does really well with that. I mentioned DEVVE, but I'm going to do daCAT first. So daCAT, not bad of a day, up 2.5%. And with $139 in volume, a lot of it just because it's paired with ETH, $1.6 million market cap. I was shilling that a lot today too. And again, so like, I'll shill that forever just because I own it and I'm going to make it do revenue. But again, the goal of going to all of these spaces, the goal of like, I'm going to all these communities, offering to write their comic so that they can get onto VeVe through daCAT, through this interesting way. And I'm pretty much volunteering my time. I'll getting paid for writing, and that's fine. I'm charging a very minimal amount because it's not about that. I could go and charge really what the writing is worth, and half of these companies or half of these tokens wouldn't be able to do it, or just wouldn't in general, just because they're like, we're just going to throw whatever together, just say that we're on VeVe, and they won't care about the sales. Because the goal is to try to just, I feel like Walter White in Breaking Bad, where Jesse says like, yeah, I cook in one of these things. He's like, no, you don't do this. You don't boil in an Erlenmeyer flask. Like, I do. And Walt's like, we will not make shit. We will make a pure, stable product. Like I want the quality of stuff on VeVe to be really good quality. And again, the goal is to get a bunch of these communities on board, and one of them will likely fly. Which one, I have no idea. It's like trying to go in and, out of a random school, where you have no idea what the intelligence, like, let's say somewhere middle class, you have no idea what the intelligence like, and any of these kids could have the potential to do something absolutely incredible. And you get to pick like one of them, like one out of these, 500 kids will go in and just like change the world, or at least their own corner of it. And you don't know which one. So I feel like it's a lot of these communities, like one of them is going to hit, one of them is going to fly, and that's going to, it's very possible that one of these meme token communities, whether it's Crappy Bird, Chaos on the Chains, Sharby, daCAT, SHIRO, the Ladies on Soul, or Space Penguins, that I'm hoping we finalize that deal soon, or Safe Moon, the new Safe Mooners. There's a very real chance that one of those actually like flips OMI eventually, just because memes have they don't abide by the same laws that the other utility tokens do. It's like they're like subatomic particles. Like shit gets real crazy when you go subatomic. The rules and laws of investing don't typically apply to memes. And I'm not saying here, like, again, most memes are trash. Most memes are going to go to zero, not worth it. But one, it doesn't mean that you can't have fun with them. And two, it doesn't mean that just because there's a pretty close to 0% chance that any meme token that you throw a dart against the wall, whatever you hit, probably going to go to zero. But damn it, there's that small percent chance that there's a random meme that just gains traction and it becomes a Pepe, and it becomes a bonk, or it becomes a whatever. So anyway, love to them on that. Let's do DEVVE here real quick, and then we'll go on to DEFINITY and OMI and DEFINITY. So I had a meeting with a buddy of mine today. I mean, he's a buddy of mine now. He wasn't a buddy of mine that. I met this person on a Spaces X amount of time ago, and he's like, "Hey, I'm wondering about VeVe and what else do you have?" So I tell him all about VeVe. I tell him the plan, and we might strike a deal next week, and that'd be great. But I go on and he says like, "Hey, you're like the fourth person to tell me about like DEVVE." Or like I've seen it on your profile. I was checking out before this, and I was like, "Yeah." So like, elevator pitch me. So I just gave him the elevator pitch. 8.5 million transactions per second, fastest blockchain ever. Any type of regulatory compliance that whatever it needs, they can legit shard it up so that it works in a compliant way in any country in the world. And so he got really excited about that. Got really excited about the layer 1 blockchain and the fact that they have an exchange partner for their exchange. And Web3 will be really excited about it because you don't have to give a custody of the crypto for it. And I didn't even really give him the whole spiel, and just threw 10 grand in there. Like, it was not. I was like, oh damn, all right, cool. And the link down below to the DEVVE exchange, by the way. And I went and I think he used the link as well. I have to see to sign up for the DEVVE exchange. Let me get, because I think he might have been my 50th person to go on there, which would have been very nice. Let me get this. So after he did that, he's like, we had the rest of the meeting, and there's like, okay, tell me what else. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So we go over DEFINITY, and I was like, listen, they're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Before the end of the year, they'll be doing like $1 million per month, like $6 million market cap right now. Like most things won't do. They don't even have the potential to do 1,000x. I was telling like DEFINITY has that potential to do a 1,000x, and he's like, okay. And he threw in, I think, like 5 grand, give or take. Yeah, 50. I'm at 50 referrals for the DEVVE exchange. Again, link down below if you want to take a look at that. So let me finish on DEVVE here, and then so DEVVE is actually down 2% on the day. 569,000 in volume, so not a horrible day for volume. $47 million market cap though. For DEFINITY, they're up 11% on the day. They must have just had like another buy, because it was like 4.2 before. So the one buy, okay, we're on the 1 hour mark. This doesn't make sense, because this big, unless the candle wicked down really slow. Yeah, all right, so it's okay, 4.5. I thought it was that. We were at like 4.8 before, but that big candle. and then just sold down a bit after that. So it winds up being up 11% on the day to 4.5 cents, and you have a 17,000 in volume on the day. So again, like this is off of not a lot of volume, and again, it's a six. Now it's a $7 million market cap, or 6.9. Comment nice down below at 69. And I told him, like, this is one of those things that could potentially do 1,000. Like, is there a high probability that it does 1,000x? Probably not. Is it like a greater than 10% chance? Greater than 5% at least. Like I would say 1 out of 20 times, like maybe even 1 out of 10 times. Yeah, it might do that 1,000x. But then obviously things could happen. You could have a black swan event. You could have just like nuclear war and it go to zero. But I told him, like, this is one of the things that I'm pretty heavy in. And we didn't even go over OMI. We didn't even go over Deviant. Oh, that looks great. Meow, 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 babe, meow. Sorry, it's a lady friend. Anywho, what's up, Zombie? How's it going, VeVe Zombie? What's going on? The the VeVe and Zombie, the Bill and Zombies metaverse adventure will be number one on. So I got a call from the place today, the place where I ordered the fridge from, and they're like, it's not going to ship till the end of the week. So I was like, fudge. So I'm going to go in and do I'll have it by the end of like next week, probably. So by June 1st, I should have it. And then the fridge comes back. The fridge gets here. And then we'll do everything for whoever wants to be on the fridge. They can come on. If they pay. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Yeah, cool. Thanks for being a member. Yeah, members. I imagine the family is bad times last night. Yeah, comment F down below, pay respects. Hey, VeVe, thanks for being here. Saying thank you for your live show today and each day, and thank you to our community for the incredible support for each other. I will drink to that, VeVe. Cheers. Oh yeah, Bill, you're doing a show today around 10. Let's get that bread. I love that game. Okay, let's continue on. We haven't done OMI yet. Let's take a look at the OMI. So they're pretty flat on the day, up like 0.4%. Not really anything. We're at 0002, 0020, 1.2 million in volume, which is better than like the million that we had yesterday. But yeah, the volume is really something that kind of needs to change, and I don't know how to change it. It's better than DEVVE right now. Granted, DEVVE doesn't have like their working product yet. That exchange isn't out yet. But yeah, I think something's got to give at some point. I was in some NFT space the other day, and they were just saying, like, NFT space, that might run soon. There's a lot of money going into that there, and a lot of the gains that some people are taking. And again, it's a lot of these projects that I've never heard of. Like, everyone knows CryptoPunks, everyone knows Bored Ape Yacht Club. I've recently heard about Dick Butts, the past couple, like mostly from Raoul Paul. But there's some other ones that people are buying. Like, yeah, I have these. Have you heard of these? And again, like the floor on them is like, even floors with like half an ETH. It's like, well, at least that's worth something. Like, at least that's worth like in the 4 figures. But people are paying like $1,000 or something dollars for these things that they don't really have a lot of IP, and the IP is just the main thing. Like, you could spend half an ETH to get something that, you know, is cool in Web3, or you could spend less than 1/10 of an ETH buying a secret rare Grogu. Like that should not even be a hard call, and for most investors, it wouldn't be. But you know, a lot of newer people, I feel like Web3 is like the youth of the investing world, where like that's where you kind of gotta go, and you know, these new things pop up, and it's insane. So yeah, these are really interesting times that we're living in. How do we translate that money? So again, before I went over to, I have Raoul Paul's, I have his notifications on for when he posts, and he says there's appears to be no escape from the massive crypto dick butt, supermassive black hole, and right underneath it, I just said, like, and again, this is what his thing looks like. I was like, hey, that looks cool. You know, never. never discourage, always encourage. So I said, this little guy is cute. Have you checked out this little guy on VeVe Official? You can buy him with OMI on Stacker. And again, this is one of those things where this guy's clearly into cryptos, clearly into NFTs, clearly into the weird. If you want to give away, we have a ton of weird on this stuff. Show him some Jermaine Rogers stuff. Show him some decon artist stuff. And was it Area 54 that Ron English had? Show him that. I mean, I feel like there's a bunch of things that he'd probably. And I hate this, like when you get successful, everyone's like, hey, donate to my Kickstarter, donate to my GoFundMe. And it's like, okay, you can afford like the $50. And like, I feel like I shouldn't have to. But this isn't one of those things where it's like, yeah, come support. We're an NFT project. And you lazily throw a 50 or 100 at them and be like, yeah, go team, support. I honestly believe that there are dozens of things on VeVe that Raoul Pal would genuinely enjoy, that most people would genuinely enjoy and genuinely like. And it's like that scene from Schitt's Creek where Moira goes into her son's store. David opens up a store and he's like, she says, John, I would shop here, and not of any type of familial guilt, but like she was genuinely surprised that she would shop there. And I feel like all you need to do is just get in front of people, like get that attention on, like just get their eyes on it. The product will speak for itself, mostly. Don't show them Electra unless they're weird like that. But I feel like the product speaks for itself. And once you're able to do that, and again, I'm in spaces now 4 times a day. There's different types. OMI space is great because that's where people like kind of rally together. That's where they go in and they, that OMI space is like home base. Over on X, your home base like is anyone. It could be Doctor Strange out there. It could be Emoji, or like anyone who's hosting a space. Like that's your home base. And I feel like the idea of the attention game is to go to other spaces, play tag you're it, and then bring them back to your side, bring them back to your camp. And the goal is whoever can have the biggest space. Obviously, it was a lot easier years ago when you had like Rudy Gobert, you had Justin Turner, you had all these like professional athletes in here. But and I know the game has changed a bit. And I'm not saying we can't do it anymore. It's just that the tools are different. It's one thing to have hype, but back in the day, spaces used to be like a show like for alpha. Like it used to be a place where you would have these awesome, intelligent people saying like why NFTs were going to work. And again, it was still new. And again, each space has its own reason for being. Each space has its own design. But I feel like we could capitalize on the amount of lack of intelligence out there. Where I hosted a space yesterday where it's like, come show your token. And there wasn't a whole lot of talk about economics out there. There wasn't a whole lot of talk about the Fed. There wasn't a whole lot of talk about just the macroeconomics of like the trade war and how, the geopolitical moves of getting $2 trillion from the Middle East to invest in the US. Like that wasn't that. It was just a plain old shill your token here. And that worked great for me because I got a lot of followers. But if somebody, and if nobody else can do it, I'll 100% do it. Just get a space like that where you get some high level, like I can have people on the podcast all the live long day, and I do. But at the end of the day, it is YouTube. It does stream to X, and there's just only so many people that I could reach. And there's only so much time I have during the day. And I'm writing all these comics for these freaking people, which I love. So if anybody else, like, am I Skillet in like 2005? Because like now it's your time. Like your time is now, boys. So if anyone wants to go and do it, there's so much attention out there, and there are some times where there's no spaces that's going on, and that's your time. Start one. I would very much love to go and be a guest on y'all spaces. No, the VeVe fam is, what's up, everybody? Yeah, Definity had a good day today. They had a nice day. Definity had and this is the first of many. They're supposedly have a have a partner that will go in and have to buy some soon. I don't know when, but maybe before the end of the month. We'll see. What's up, Space Penguin Girl? How's it going? I was just talking about you. All good things. All good things. Well, the Space Penguin stuff in general. Oh my God, hiccups. And thank you for having me on your space before. I had to go off real quick because I had a call and then the dog had to go out and then stuff. But oh yeah, what's up, Sammy? If you were on the channel before, you were commenting. I saw on the show I had earlier today. Potsy Weber, my man, saying, how about a drop where an option to buy is to buy the entire set at once? So me and a couple of friends have been toying around with this idea of being able to buy everything, like, because there are some days, and today was one of those days where I did not have a moment like to myself, and tomorrow same thing, like, and yesterday same thing. So there are some days where I was not able to check how the VeVe drop did today until like my 2:30 canceled, and then I was like, okay, let's see what it did. And it was like 3 o'clock by that point, and then I had those other stuff had to be done. But it wasn't until then where I had to do it, so I had no time. And I think that if VeVe could go on and they could make something, and I don't know how much it'll cost in the meantime, but it'll definitely pay for itself after a while, where you're going to get somebody like, how many people, show of hands or comment, whatever, have subscribed to something, used it for a little while, stopped using it, but still kept paying for the subscription? I know I've done that multiple times. Like for Pokemon TCG Pocket, you had an option to pay like $10 a month, and you didn't just get 2 free packs a day. You got 4 free packs a day. You got other stuff per day. And I used that for religiously for like 2 months, and then I didn't for 2 months, and then I forgot I was paying for it. I was like, I'm just gonna not pay for it. I'm just gonna, like, cancel it, whatever. If VeVe goes in and they say, hey, don't miss a drop, subscribe to this and get every drop, and this way it somehow charges your card, takes whatever. If you can figure out a way to do that where it auto charges, like, again, like 500 a month, whatever, like there are whales out there that set it and forget it, like, oh, this way, no, go for every drop. Obviously you can't do that for blind boxes, because I mean, I guess you could get 1 out of the blind box, and their 1 will most likely be a common, but great, it'll be a secret rare, and then let them pay for it early. Like, if you're on the wait list, like 24, like, I know you can be on the wait list like 12 hours early. Why not make it like 72 hours before? And why not be able to pay for it as soon as you can? And if you get it, great. If for some reason a miracle happens and suddenly we have 5,000 users and you don't get it, then they don't get charged. And again, I don't know how hard this is going to be to do. But outside of this month, like, the last couple months were not great for VeVe as far as revenue is concerned. It is getting better. Love to see that. But I mean, you could try to pay for new users, and that's fine. They'll come anyway. But if you already have people that are already taken from the well, if you already have people here that are like, okay, like, they're already here, see what you can get out of them, see what you can charge them. And they'll tell you no. They're like, hey, you could do this if you really want. No thanks. Okay, cool. Hey, you can do this if you want. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. And you'll get people to do that. And then I'm sure Mr. MC want to make a group. The group of people that do like the highest tier. Yeah, we $500 a month. I'm sure things like that can happen. And again, this is, I feel like, what needs to be talked about on those spaces, just about like business owners and people at just high levels of success brainstorming on the best ways to do certain things. And obviously, that would have to be taken like with a grain of salt, because obviously what we all know publicly is going to be different than what's going on behind the scenes. So, they do have to take our stuff with a grain of salt. But yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. daCAT Studios in the house. What's going on, daCAT Studios? And daCAT Studios the other day gave out a bunch of OMI. Gave out like 100-something thousand OMI to people, like 5,000 each, to people that had over 1 trillion daCAT, that had an ENS wallet. So shout out to them for being heckin' awesome. Everything is awesome when you're part of the team. Sorry. Let's do a. Where am I over here? It's a Comey. All right, I went over a Comey. I think I went over the Bitcoin, the DEVVE. I went over everything, right? Yeah, we're good. Let's get to some of the news that's happened over the past couple of days. Treasury Secretary Bessent says that we are going to grow the GDP faster than the debt growth, and that will stabilize debt to GDP. I don't know how you do that. I mean, these spending bills, and it's like I knew this would happen. So I'm a libertarian at heart. I think both sides spend way too much. Both sides of Congress go in and they try to suck on the teat of the government to try to get more money for their constituents, and that's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to like try to take care of the people. That's what they were elected for. And it doesn't matter what party's in. It could be the Democrat party's in, and the Republicans be like, you need to preach fiscal conservative. You need to stop spending so much. And then as soon as Republicans in, it doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter who's president. Suddenly they're these big like oh, we can spend, debt is fine, and I just, when you have like what are we, like 7%, like when every dollar that comes into the U.S. and 7% has to go to pay off our debt is freaking ridiculous, and it should never have gotten like this. And again, it's both parties' faults. Anyway, so it's really nice when Bessent says something like, "Yeah, we're going to grow the GDP faster than the debt grow." Like, oh man, good luck. Guys, after this bull run, honestly, like at the end of the day, up until like probably recently, up until like present time, any investment you would make, whether it would be like gold, real estate, stocks, at the end of the day, you took all that, you sold it for money, like for the U.S. dollar. And when the 30-year Treasury bond's like 5%, it's like, okay, well, now we're getting to the point where people are actually thinking that the U.S. can default on these debts, and granted, it's a big freaking payment. So nowadays, it would probably be pretty smart to have a good chunk of like instead of like, okay, now we made our money in crypto, let's cycle out and put it back in dollars. Like now it might not be a bad idea to say like, okay, I made my money in these altcoins, let me just chuck it into Bitcoin now. Because I mean, despite there is manipulation out there, of course, but at least it's not the dollar. And again, dollar's been losing so much power for so long. And maybe somehow they tie it to Bitcoin, but I don't think, give me $1 million in dollars or $1 million in Bitcoin. I would much rather take the $1 million in Bitcoin right now. I would take $980,000 of Bitcoin versus $1 million in dollars. Obviously with the fees and everything, I'd go in, and if you I'd try to buy Bitcoin with that. But I would do that because, like, one, I think Bitcoin's going to go up to, I don't know, 180, 250, like whatever it goes up to. But the fact that you have the dollar's just done nothing but lose for like last 100-something years, 112 years, whatever it was. Yeah, I think that might be one of the biggest things for Bitcoin. Is like, hey, hedge against the dollar. CEO of Pantera Capital said that the U.S. will sell gold and buy $600 billion worth of Bitcoin soon. I guess that's another reason to buy if everyone else is buying as well. Real? Treasury Secretary Bessent says the U.S. is doing peace deals, trade deals, and tax deals. Yeah, get them. Go home team. Bessent says that the U.S. does not want to decouple from China, but wants open markets and restore balance. Will continue trading with China, especially in non-strategic goods and at lower tariff levels. I think they had recently done, the U.S. went from like 150% tariffs to like 30% tariffs, and China went from 125 to 10%, and these seems much more sustainable. These are fine for right now. I will try to tune in later, Bill Gardner. Meow, meow, meow. Next week, new contest. Oh yeah, we have a new contest up for the up for daCAT. Go and try to design a logo for us, and maybe we can use it. Solana yesterday passed a $90 billion market cap. That looked nice. That 40x hyperliquid whale yesterday was at 9 million in profit. They changed it early this morning, and again, Bitcoin's been crazy volatile. They changed it so that they are now sitting at $500 million long, with 40x leverage and a liquidation at like 95K. that is just the wildest. Oh my god, that is. I don't know. I don't. I'm glad I don't have that type of money because I don't know what I'd do with it. That would kill me. Yesterday, Ash Crypto Real was crashing out, saying it's a low liquidity Sunday pump. I'm hoping it's real. And on the next slide, he was just like, "It wasn't real. I'm done with this shit." I love that stuff. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So I have a meeting with that toilet stuff soon. Michael Saylor says, "Get your Bitcoin before there's no Bitcoin left for you." Agreed. And shout out to VeVe NFT Comics for getting the entire Blackpink set. He's going to be one of the few that has them. And then we have a post from VeVe actually that says the force has been with the entire VeVe community this May, and which Star Wars series was your favorite? Mandalorian won by a landslide. The Trooper helmets though, they were actually a close second, and people had a lot of fun with them. Clever Jerk had a lot of fun with them. Who dis? Bitcoin breaking out. Is it now? Is it? Let's see. Oh shoot, it's about to hit 106. It hit 106. Let's go. Is it a fake out? Is it real? What's it doing here? I can't wait to see. Close that. And we are, yeah, it's reached over a $2.2 trillion. It has reached $2.2 trillion. It's weird. On CoinGecko, it says 2.1 trillion, but on CoinMarketCap, it says it says 2.1 trillion here too. So yeah, it has reclaimed 2.1 trillion. I get a Coinbase alert from Solana. It's up 5%. Good for them. So let's see what else. Oh God, there's a lot of. VeVe had posted VeVeverse an introduction on their YouTube before. I was their first comment. I felt very happy about that. Shout out to them. Actually, let's go to YouTube here real quick. I want to ask y'all something. I want to ask if y'all can smash that like button. That's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. So I just super nice button down below. Super chats as well. You know the drill. Let me. Baby, passing 106. Let's go. Now let's take a look at the other stuff. Let's see how the ETH is doing, and then just the rest of the top 10. I thought ETH was up like 2.5% before. It's at 25. Yeah, actually up 3% on the day now. And if you look at the 3-month chart, look at that. We have like a nice cup and handle over there. We've got, yeah, we broke the highs of before, and hopefully we get to see some more. All right, where are the? We'll leave that one there as the pinned one. Let's go back to some of the rest of the stuff. Oh yeah, the Mandalorian collection. People were like, because you have a new Baby Grail. Would people have voted differently if, let's say, they messed up on the amounts of Baby Grogu, and it was actually only 3,000 of him instead of 1,000 for the secret rare, and some of the helmets were different. Maybe, but at the end of the day, this is the way it was. They made a lot of money here. They're excited. Oh, here's what I was supposed to go over for SHIRO before. SHIRO Roaring to New Heights challenge has reached its conclusion. Yesterday, they spun the wheel for a live where they had a $10,000 grand prize, $5,000 second place, $2,000 third place, and 10 winners of $500. So they did very nice. They take care of their community. Competition ran from 14 Eastern Standard Time on April 22nd to 23:59 Eastern Standard Time on May 1st, and had a 14-day holding period. So it's time to let the cat out of the bag and give some prizes. Shout out to the SHIRO Nico fam for doing something like that. As I went over yesterday, former President Joe Biden was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and regardless of politics, I think that cancer is a bitch, and I hope for his recovery. I hope he gets a good treatment. We have a guy named Jesse Ledesma that had minted the number 21. Oh God, that's an amazing Trooper helmet. That looks so good. Number 21 looks amazing. There's a meme. Oh, there's other memes. More memes. Clever Jerk, my man, says, "This is the way." Shout out to Donkey Gooch. That is a great name for the deal. And Stacker World for the crypto payment from Baby Yoda. The 1977 Baby Grogu, and the 1977 Yoda lightsaber, and the 1977 Star Wars Mandalorian comic rare. This dude is my man. Clever Jerk is such an amazing bro. I love him so much. For comics and crypto, they say some of our most recent bounty claims on VeVe. We're thrilled to have these: X-Men #2, mint 1963, Planet Death #0, mint 2025, Captain America number 333, mint 1987, and Mandalorian #1, mint 2022. Okay, I see it now. Sure. SHIRO stats update. They had 4% staked from 153 stakers. There are now over 20,000 SHIRO holders, and the supply burn is 18.3%, or about $3.1 million. So they are killing it. They are crushing it. VeVe Digital Collectibles yesterday was posting about a clone soldier's quest for humanity, and it was the humanoid comics. I don't believe I've read anything from the humanoid comics, but they seem pretty interesting. They had pretty decent artwork. So I'll let you know. I'll check it out. There was a guy named called Bull Run 2025, and he was talking about the top coins to buy in 2025, and SHIRO Nico was on there. So get shout out to the SHIRO peeps. Raul Powell says, when to take lifestyle chips off the table? When your P&L is at significant all-time highs, you think your shit smells of roses, and you are a god amongst investors. Best guess is July or August based on liquidity analysis, but who knows? So he's thinking probably mid to late summer is when we'll hit like peak. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, Zombie? Wilmo says Disney just announced a partnership with F1 starting in 20. Oh, did they? Did they? Can you send me that, Wilmo? That'd be great. I would love to read that. Love to read it. And I'll keep that up there for now. Oh, a lot of people joining those links. That is great. Great times. Okay. VeVe talked about taking a closer look at the pod racers. I know they sold enough today to get above the 350K mark, but let me see what they're at here. So what was this? 1999. Oh, so 1999 is a good year. D times 2. Okay, so 38. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah. Oh, there's $30. Okay, and then Sebulba. We don't like Sebulba. 1983. Okay, so about 10K on the rares. And the ultra rares got to go to Gascano. So what is? I think that's 969. 2 minus. Minus. What is the last one? Oh yeah, Ben. There goes Quadinero's power coupler. I love that line. I don't know why that stuck with me forever. Out of 969, 879. So 57 plus 10. So about 16K. So they did about 16K today on that, which is fine. Oh, and then they had a little bit of the droid. I don't think this was really much though. Yeah, the droid didn't sell that much. It was a blind box and it was super scarce. So not a lot of them got out of there. But yeah, over that was pretty legit. Star Wars Holocron, the original teaser of the Phantom Menace. Yeah, it still does go hard. I remember watching it and being like, "What is this?" A shout out to VeVe for going over and retweeting that. I wish they could retweet us, but yeah, saw it. Okay. Oh, Disney X F1 coming in 2020. You know, David follows F1 over on Instagram. Maybe something happens here. I don't know what, but yeah, Disney coming, Disney X F1 2026. I wonder where that'll be. Mickey and Friends / X1's collaboration. What type of collaboration? They're kicking into high speed next year, but I don't know where. I don't know what it could be. And could it be something that has to do with VeVe? Doesn't say, but again, David follows Formula One. So I could now, granted, let's say VeVe does have a thing with Formula One, and so does Disney. That doesn't mean that this is one of those things. It could be, but it might not. We'll have to save that speculation for another day. But this is great. I wonder how VeVe Magic feels about it. I bet she's about to go brush up on her F1. All right, let me put the charger on you there. Okay. Mazvane, what up? Saying, I think with some of these NFT projects, the value has a lot to do with community behind it, how successful the owners get over time. So yeah, no, agreed 100%. And again, this is why let me show you this toilet, dude. I swear it's like a legit thing. Let's go to, my gosh, where'd he go? So it's called Toilet Dust, and so I don't have any of their token. I might at some point. There's a lot of people building on Sui. Didn't really understand why until like recently, and it's just there's a community over there. Oh, Sui to the moon, yeah, stonk our Sui. Um, so the guy I met that ran the account is really cool. And then another guy that I haven't met yet that is like the head of the whole thing is called Dr. Ari Bernstein. It's from Long Island actually, same as me, so we got that there. Best-selling author, and he's got 35,000 followers over on X. So like these are not dumb people. Like these are not like your random like crypto bros that are just like smoking weed in the basement and just like, yeah, but happen to get ETH, get super lucky on ETH, and they're just like an ETH whale now. No, like they had careers and were successful. So that's really what I like. People that are into this space, but also have careers and were successful beforehand. That's like my, and again, I don't want to say that, I don't want to take away from anyone that actually saw, that bought ETH and bought Bitcoin because they saw the technology, because they saw what it was going to do, how it revolutionized humanity. And that just happened to be their first success. I don't want to take away from those people. But I've served with guys in the military that are just like, well, this is how the world works. I was like, you joined the military at 18. You didn't know, like, you know how this stuff works, but on the outside, you've never been on an adult on the outside. So I didn't join until I was almost 22. And, that's how I was able to work in the veterinary field for like a decade before I joined the military. And it's just a different thing. It's like, okay, well, again, it's just different. Like it's different if you are good at one thing and are a titan in your field versus actually, and assuming, Dr. Ari Bernstein has multiple successes, seems to be successful as person of influence, 35,000 followers over on X, is a doctor. Now, granted, I've met some doctors that were not all that smart, but again, assuming that he's looks pretty well put together, looks pretty smart, and then he's over on in crypto as well. It's like, okay, someone that's multidisciplined, multifaceted, and that's really a really, really nice sweet spot. If you can get someone that's been successful multiple times in the past and then has really killer ideas over on crypto and NFTs and is just willing to network and are just so chill. Because like I ran into someone X amount of time ago, not that, and it was on a space and it was on and it just it wasn't the person never really did a lot of business before, or at least not successfully. And it was like, you never know who you're talking to, and I don't even mean like for safety, although I guess that too. But like I've talked to someone recently that has like 300 followers on X, so somebody would be like, okay, like who's this person? But the person is massively wealthy. They just don't typically use X, or they had an X account and it got like hit or hacked or whatever. Now he has a new one. But I see a lot of people like legitimately judging a book by their cover, and you just never know who you're like. You have someone with 500 followers, but they could just be a massively successful person. And again, even if they're not like successful, even if they're just like just be nice, like just be a chill person. And like not even for the fact that they could do business with you, just I don't know, just be a nice, just be chill, people. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep going here. VeVe Zombie, how you doing? Anyway, man, hope you're doing well. Mr. MC Ones, hi Randy and fam, amazing quality. We've had, dude, the amount of compliments that I've seen people give Grogu because of how he looks, and he looks great. VeVe, whoever designed Grogu in this drop did a fantastic job. Whatever they did, I don't know what they did previously, what they're doing after, but for Grogu, they did an amazing job. Take a closer look. Pod Racers, yep, just went over that. I think I forgot from you. Okay, so Comics and Crypto yesterday posted, or like a couple days ago, they posted about the number 1955 partner statue sold for like 11,000, and you have somebody that commented on their posts on Facebook saying like, anything I've ever gotten from you guys, even the good stuff, has gone down in price. You guys are, you guys have fun ideas, but they're horrible investments. And that's a really myopic view of what comics and crypto are doing. They're taking some things that they've gotten specifically in NFTs and crypto, and they're judging it just based off like the past 2 or 3 years. Again, not include, like, comics and crypto have an amazing resume as far as buying super undervalued things because of the significance, because of how scarce they are, and just reading the market and the psychology of it. And they post about it all the time. Not that they're like patting their own backs, but the fact that they're going in and they're saying, "Hey, we wound up getting this sealed product, this sealed VHS tape, whatever, for X amount of dollars. We just sold it for this. We're trying to buy OMI, we're trying to do whatever." And again, that's when people have this really myopic view of people, like it stunts them. And this is why haters like are haters. A lot of them are simpletons. A lot of them like can only think in things of one way. And then from another perspective, Comics Crypto respond and they say, listen, everything's gone down in price, even physical comics and cards. In Ultimate Fallout 4, CGC 9.8. Nobody would have argued years ago that would have been a great investment for the long term. It's down 73% from all-time highs. Went from $3,500 to $950. Like, and ask anyone if that's going to be down forever. No, that will not be down forever. Digital collectibles are not the only collectibles down right now. So again, when you take a really cherry-picked piece of data, like, yeah, anything that I've gotten from you guys in NFTs in the last like 3 years, yeah, of course it's gonna be down. Like, so is everything. So again, I feel like people really have to start kind of broadening their views and broadening their horizons. What's up, Kuma? You are still, Kuma, as of right now, the number one winner, or the number one lead bid on the partner statue, and I'll go over that real quick. For those of you that don't know, there's a partner statue that is up for auction. Dr. Profit is donating it. You will go in and pay for it in full in OMI. So this way it burns some OMI, but the value of what you pay for it, right now the highest bid is $4,200. It does go to the First Responders Children's Foundation. We might have a video from Al here at some point. And the First Responders Children's Foundation, it is what it sounds like. It takes some of the victims of first responders and just kind of takes care of the children if one of their parents or both happen to meet an untimely demise. And so it goes to a great cause. It burns OMI, and it comes with utility. Now, obviously, you get the partner statue, and that's worth $1,100, give or take. But you also get a free week stay in a Disney resort, not like this little like Motel 6 that's like kind of near Disney. No, it's a legit Disney resort, and it's not just for like 1 or 2 people. You don't just get like this little twin bed. No, you get a full-on like double suite. It sleeps 9 people. It's valued at over $9,000, and you get that from August 23rd through August 30th, and that's just what you get. And on top of that, as if it couldn't get any better, you get to spend some time with me. Well, me, if you would like to. Me, VeVe Magic, the OMI homies, Max and Janie, and Tammy Hannah. You can spend time with all of us, or some of us, or one of us. I understand if you want to spend time alone with Max. He's a cutie. But yeah, you can go on and just chill with us for a week. You can stream with us. You can do whatever. You can get swifty with us. You can take us mini golfing. We are there for you to do whatever you want and to raise a lot of money for charity. Should really drive that point home, for charity. Bill Gardner says, "What's up, Sanjay?" Meow meow meow. Okay, let's. I feel like we're still on yesterday's news here. Yeah, bad times. Double bad times. Oh, God, triple bad times. Oh. Shout out to Sean Berg, who has reached level 80, saying, "I can't believe there are level 100s out there," because, again, level 80 just. I'm like level 70 something. I think Tammy Hannah just messaged me that she's like level 73. Okay, we're just under 106 now for Bitcoin. There seems, again, there's like whale wars. There's a fight. It's a fight. All right, let's keep going. Bitcoin records highest weekly close in history. That is pretty bullish. They did that yesterday. Ace Rig Move, shout out to him. 7 sets Blackpink holders are there over in Thailand. Or the Gulf of wherever they're over at. They travel a lot. They do a lot of oil rigging over there. Ace Rig Move, love them. Crypto Cosmo says, I see Supercell has already made their app store link for the Clash of Clans to avoid Apple fees. VeVe official, really looking forward to yours. I'm really looking forward to theirs either. I can tell you they're probably working on it. I could probably tell you that they are working on it in a way that, and I hope they roll it out soon. I hope they announce it. What's up, everybody? What's up, Bill? Bill, I love you so. I always will. Ever gonna see my wedding day? What's up, Cool Mo saying? What's up, Sanjay? Martini Guy says, BlackRock just said that Bitcoin is a scarce global decentralized asset that is not affected by the politics of any country. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Martini Guy also says, like, hey, what's happening first here? Is it Bitcoin hitting 200K, Ethereum hitting 10K, XRP hitting $10.50, or Doge hitting $1? He didn't say which one is most likely to happen. He thinks they're all going to happen, but he thinks that one will happen first. But I thought that was interesting. Kuma says, love the pod races drop today. Happy with Star Wars drop so far. Despite the early issues on, agreed. I'm of the same opinion, Mr. Kuma, Miss Kuma. Special K is what we're going to call you. I don't need to call you that. Yesterday, the DACAT token was #1 again on Memezilla for the most amount of votes because we're heckin' awesome, and other tokens should be on there as well. President Nayib Bukele from El Salvador posts that El Salvador's Bitcoin reserve is showing a $357 million profit. Good for them, and they're going to keep buying. Yeah, I don't. Man, this is bad. I don't know if I should even save this for now. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the OMI is my homie channel. So tomorrow I have, you might know Sandy Carter. You might have seen her around over on X. She has 90-something thousand followers over on X. She's an American businesswoman, speaker, and author. She was general manager at IBM from 2013 to 2016, and was vice president at Amazon Web Services from 2017 to 2021, and is currently the chief operating officer at Unstoppable Domains. She'll be on the podcast tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't wait to have her. Because she seems heckin' awesome. We're going to be talking about AI, we're talking about crypto, blockchain, NFTs, maybe a little VeVe and OMI, and maybe we could have a deal with her getting in a comic. Maybe we'll see. I haven't brought that up to her yet. She's probably not going to be into it, but I hope she is because she seems awesome. Everything is awesome when you're part of it. Metaplanet buys another 1,004 Bitcoin worth $104 million. They now hold 7,800 Bitcoin worth $812 million. They're wilding over there. Wes says, what up? Just came over from Millie Space. Millie always gives me a nice raid. Good for him. Shout out to him. Oh, Essence is up 6%. Love it. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head, but it is. Essence up about 4.5% today to 3.9 cents. They are at the $14.3 million market cap, fully diluted. Non-fully diluted, it's still very, very small. I think they're very undervalued. I cannot wait to see what they do. They have one of the prettiest metaverses out there. It goes hard. The U.S. Senate officially passes the Genius Act crypto stablecoin bill. Let's go. All right. The Genius Act crypto stablecoin bill. Let us send it. Okay. Where are we going to send it? We're going to send it to the moon, obviously. Nancy May says, we attended President Trump's bill signing of the Take It Down Act today at the White House. Thank you especially to First Lady Melania for her devotion to protecting women and children from the heart of America. America loves you. Okay, now when is Bitcoin going to send? Come on, Bitcoin. Send. I mean, it was sending before the signing, so I imagine it's going to sign again. Yeah, it did before. It did. Bitcoin breaking out. Yeah. They do be breaking out, though. All right, let's continue on. Trump reacts to Joe Biden's prostate cancer diagnosis, saying, Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. That is good times. Well, I mean, good for him keeping the peace, trying to. NFTs yesterday, we're having a bit of a day. Pudgy Penguins had a floor of 10 ETH yesterday. Doodles had, so all of these things, like Doodles, Good Vibes, Milady Maker, Lil Pudgies, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Redacted Something, Tau or Bittensour, like they have a lot of volume and they have a lot of different, but again, anyone outside of Web3 would have no idea what it is. So I'm very curious to see how this space evolves, and see maybe one of them becomes something really awesome one day. Minor inconvenience. Yep. Okay. Sorry. Had to burn it. Digital asset inflows hit $785 million last week, pushing year-to-date totals to $7.5 billion and fully recovering February-March outflows. MicroStrategy acquired 7,390 Bitcoin for $764.9 million at $103,498 per Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 16.3% year-to-date 2025, and as of 18 May 2025, they hodled 576,230 Bitcoin, acquired for $40.18 billion at $69,726 per Bitcoin. That is bananas. Also, China warns of retaliation if US goes its own way. Good luck with that. Michael was acquired a bit more Bitcoin a few days ago. Slow and steady, my man. Get it. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Cheers, buddy. Bill Garner says, nice, MC. Lil Ren says, can't VeVe just let me mint the 1977 number 501? Why can't they just let me do? Yeah, I wish, right? I wish. Ted Jefferson says, central banks stand ready to provide liquidity. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Let it go. President Trump's economic advisor Hassett says that the U.S. debt is the safest bet on earth. I don't know about that, but okay. Class action lawsuit was filed against Saylor's strategy over alleged deceptive statements regarding its Bitcoin strategy. Why does that is wild that they're doing that. President Trump disagrees with Moody's decision to downgrade the U.S. credit rating. Honestly, I don't. I mean, when you have this much debt and you're trying to pass a bill that adds like another $2 trillion, like this, that is nuts. That is nuts. That is not. I understand. Like I know for SNAP, right? Like food stamps. Like they're cutting stuff out of that. It's like, well, you shouldn't. Okay, listen. In like 2019, before the pandemic, they were at like 60 billion. That that was allotted to SNAP, and then post that it's like 120 billion. But like we're no longer in the pandemic. Like I get in the pandemic, people needed that. Great, yeah, spend it. But then now we don't need it anymore. I mean, we still need SNAP, but we don't need the extra 60 billion. And like, okay, we'll cut back 30 billion. That's great. Okay, that's great that you're cutting back 30 billion from that, but that's still 50% larger than what we had before the pandemic. And that's out of like the 850 billion in deficit. Like this is ridiculous how much debt there is. I'm just some debt, fine. Could be a good thing. You can use it for stuff. But this type of debt is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yep, I just read that. Sorry, I have to go through other messages here, and there's so much. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go over that right now. If I buy it, can we do shrooms? If you win that charity thing, we can do the shrooms together. If you win that charity thing, right now the bet is $4,200. So you could bid 4,300, and then if you win, go down there and we partake. I don't know if anyone else will do that, but I will do it for charity. Let's move on here. U.S. SEC chair confirms drafting of improved policies for Bitcoin and crypto. All right. DEVVE Exchange says providing liquidity shouldn't mean losing sleep. DEVVE Exchange protects liquidity providers with DEVVE Protect, offering insurable asset coverage that guards against fraud and theft. Capital stays safer, exposure is reduced, and peace of mind is built in. For LPs, there's no better place to be. I don't know why this thing with Qatar's plane. That's completely a donation to the U.S. government. I don't know why people. I mean, I know why people are trying to make a thing out of it. Because like, oh look, they're giving Trump a plane. No, they gave the U.S. Air Force a plane, which is fine. $4 trillion asset manager JP Morgan is going to allow clients to buy Bitcoin. CEO Jamie Dimon says, very good, very good. Share beds for your Disney trip. I would be in a separate room. Like they get their own rooms, and then I'll get my own rooms. So I'm gonna say no. But if they go in and like $20,000 is donated to this charity and this stuff, like for one night, and I'm not saying anything funky happens, I will totally share a bed with them. If 20 again, nothing funky gonna happen, but I will share that bed with them if the charity thing gets to 20,000. Yeah, you have me on here. Yeah, okay. Anywho, says if I win it, we have to wear matching Mickey Mouse outfits with the ears. It all starts. Yeah, okay. I'm game. I am game for that. I will wear pretty much anything. Be advised, my figure is not nearly as good as it used to be, or even what it was a few weeks ago. So just so you know, I'm going to want to wear more than just the Mickey Mouse ears, but I will 100% put that on. Anyway, let's do JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. That guy is lying. Jamie Dimon says they'll allow customers to buy Bitcoin. Banks are now forced to adopt Bitcoin and crypto for clients. Oh, my back is really not feeling that great today. As well, he's a guy. So, is that a Jake from State Farm reference? I think it is. Hal T, what up? What up? Stan Bukaz says, good job, Brandy. Why? Thanks, y'all. Thanks. I'm trying my very best. It's hard out here for a G. US 30 yield has reached its highest level since Q4 2023. Last time the 30-year yield was this high, interest rates were at 5.5%. Now interest rates are at 4.5%, and 30-year yield is above 5%. Here's what's happening. The market is expecting that inflation will rise during Q3, Q4. I don't think it will, but we'll see. This will push the Fed to not act aggressively and will result in less rate cuts. Also, the QE program could now extend further, which is basically dumping on bonds. TLDR, market is expecting high inflation, less rate cuts, and QT continuation. This is from Ash Crypto Real. I do not agree with this analysis. I think a lot of that is manipulation, and you will, once a lot of other deals are inked and signed, that is when you will be able to see some rate cuts, and I think we get those sooner rather than later. So we'll see. I'll keep you all posted. Let me go back to my VeVe. Love them. Ugh. Class action lawsuit filed against Michael Saylor's strategy, which is dumb, alleging misleading statements about his Bitcoin strategy. What else we got here? Morgan Stanley's CIO says buy the dip. 30-year Treasury reaches 5%, high since November 23. Yesterday, a lot of money was liquidated from the cryptocurrency markets. Metaplanet buys another 1,000 for Bitcoin. Cavernous, we have a little announcement from Cavernous saying we're thrilled to announce that Cavernous has been selected as a finalist in the XR Awards 2025 for the best XR collaboration solution strategy. Cheers to them. This recognition highlights our team's commitment to building an easy-to-use platform that empowers enterprises and creators to collaborate effortlessly within their own 3D applications. By making these tools available to everyone, we believe this will accelerate innovation in the XR space. Huge thank you to XR Today, this incredible honor, and congrats to the finalists. Ooh, another 297 billion SHIRO gone forever. The supply squeeze will happen. More stake, more burn. Just a few hours left to burn the match. The burns really start to add up. I can't wait. Circle's USDC is in informal talks to sell itself to either Coinbase or Ripple. I'd vote for Coinbase because Ripple just spent 1.25 billion on Hidden Road, and I don't want a monopoly. I want other stuff to happen. Crypto Cosmo, give me that straight fire. Yep, Senate votes to move forward on landmark stablecoin legislation. Should we read that? Should probably read that. Last week, no Democrats supported the bill amid concerns about provisions governing foreign issuers, anti-money laundering standards, among other concerns. Movement on stablecoin bill is one of Washington's priorities this year. And a second take, U.S. senators voted on Monday night to move forward with the monumental legislation to regulate stablecoins. Lawmakers voted to invoke cloture, a procedural move that clears the way for further debate on the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act, or GENIUS. Several Democrats voted to move forward with the bill, including Senators Ruben Gallego, Catherine Cortez Masto, John Fetterman, Mark Warner, Maggie Hassan, Adam Schiff, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, along with Sen's Dick Durbin, Amy Klobuchar, Elizabeth Warren, and Andy Kim. Others voted no. Okay, so I want to take Ruben Gallego, Kathy Masto, John Fetterman, Mark Warner, Maggie Hassan, and Adam Schiff. Thank you, Democrats, for reaching across party lines and getting something done. You are a credit to your party. You're a credit to your race. You're a credit to whatever you guys stand for. Last week, no Democrats supported the bill, citing concerns over provisions related to foreign issuers, anti-money laundering standards, potential corporate issuances of stablecoins, and President Donald Trump deepening ties to crypto ventures, including one that recently launched a stablecoin. Later that week, however, some Democrats touted wins following those negotiations involving big tech, consumer protections, and ethics, according to a document obtained by Punchbowl News. Those wins included ensuring that conflicts of interest standards would apply to regular and special government employees, including Elon Musk. Still, the rules do not seem to apply to Trump, as Mark Hayes, senior political analyst at Americans for Financial Reform, said last week. Those are some fighting words. Senate bill would require stablecoins to be fully backed by the U.S. dollar or similarly liquid assets, mandated actual audits for issuers with more than $50 billion in market capitalization, and add language around foreign issuance after the cloture vote. Lawmakers need to take votes on changes to the bill and take steps to get a final vote on the bill. Ahead of the vote, Senator Mark Warner, a Democrat from Virginia, voiced support for the bill while also addressing his concerns about Trump's ties to crypto, saying we cannot allow that corruption to blind us to broader reality. Blockchain technology is here to stay, Warner said in a statement on Monday. Elizabeth Warren said that the bill doesn't do enough to address Trump's crypto involvement and criticized USD1, the stablecoin recently launched by World Liberty Financial. And the Genius Act will accelerate Trump's corruption by supercharging the size of the stablecoin market and reach and profitability of USD1, she said earlier on Monday. Movement on the stablecoin bill is one of Washington's priorities this year. Lawmakers also want to pass a bill to regulate digital assets at large. House Republicans released a discussion draft earlier this month, which expands the work done over the years. It includes language around the Securities and Exchange Commissions and Commodity Futures Trading Commissions authority, while also looking to create a pathway to raise funds under the SEC's jurisdiction and a clear process to register with the CFTC for digital commodity trading. Some lawmakers have floated the idea of combining the two stablecoin and market structure bills. But yeah, this is pretty legit. Love that stuff. Don't you need somebody to love? Don't you want? Oh, sorry. There's my X account. All right, let's continue on here. daCAT's looking good. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that pro-Bitcoin Senator Cynthia Lummis canceled the meeting with him and won't reschedule, saying, I hope you'll reconsider, and be a leader for all of crypto. I invite you to join me on an X space anytime. Interesting. Trump says that Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations toward a ceasefire and an end to the war. Thank you, Jesus. Come on, new Pope Bob. Pray for this. Let me read the actual statement here. From President Donald J. Trump, saying, just completed my 2-hour call with President Vladimir Putin of Russia. I believe it went very well. Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations toward a ceasefire and, more importantly, an end to the war. The conditions for that will be negotiated between two parties, as it can only be, because they know the details of negotiation that nobody else would be aware of. The tone and spirit of the conversation were excellent. If it wasn't, I would say now, rather than later. Russia wants to do a large-scale trade with the U.S. when this catastrophic bloodbath is over, and I agree. There's a tremendous opportunity for Russia to create massive amounts of jobs and wealth. Its potential is unlimited. Likewise, Ukraine can be a great beneficiary on trade in the process of rebuilding its country. Negotiations between Russia and Ukraine will begin immediately. I have so informed President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine and Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, President Emmanuel Macron of France, Prime Minister Meloni of Italy, Chancellor Friedrich Merz of Germany, and President Alexander Stubb of Finland during a call with me immediately after a call with President Putin. The Vatican, as represented by the Pope, has stated that it would be very interested in hosting the negotiation. Let the process begin. Get that bread. Bring the boys home. Oh, okay. I forgot I sent that. Oh, well, 2:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bought 1,350 Bitcoin worth $141.91 million on Binance, who now holds 20,723 Bitcoin worth $2.2 billion. My God, man, that is nuts. Shout out to Tammy Hanna for reaching level 73 today. Senator Bill Haggerty says that crypto stablecoin issuers will be the largest holders of U.S. Treasuries in the world. And is for Netflix. Sesame Street is getting a new neighbor. It is Sesame Street, or it is Netflix. What are they going to do? I don't know. We'll see. Can't wait. U.S. government launches investigation into Coinbase customer data theft. Okay, we'll see. We have a bunch of top holders here for VeVe and top sellers. We'll take a look at them. Baby Doc J had sold 59 collectibles this week. Maddie Boom Boom sold 86, and eNasty 0230 had sold 222. They're about 400-ish over here that have been sold. And then when you take a look at the top ones that were purchased, Bezoj Man, the big man, number one, purchased 442. So Bezoj Man purchased more collectibles than the top three sellers did the entire week. You have Expert 44, which bought 466 collectibles, and Mr. Rolex, which bought 505. You go over and take a look at the list over here. You need 1,732 collectibles to be in the top 500. Bezoj Man having now he now has over 66,000 collectibles. Dr. Fuse having 48,849. Expert, he bought 211 collectibles this week. You have Jayco buying 239. You have Stefano 8 buying 144. Scary Sea Monster buying 77. Zeus 77 buying 69. Comment nice down below the 69. Pilot 24H buying 70. Mr. MC1 buying 81. Indian Chief Classic buying 80. RH4CO9 buying 141. Baby Berg buying 111 collectibles. Thomas J. Kaz buying 134. Elemental NFT buying 167. WC3NTE buying 108. Garnet 21K buying 197. You have King Mavs buying 191. Oh, Atomic Z06 purchasing 69. Nice. Macroot buying 165. Kilmster buying Kilmster 85 buying 104. Alasa Fee buying 214 collectibles. California Comics buying 296. Ooh. Name Reshafat buying 79 collectibles. And we have Miro 40 buying 100. Mission 4CH buying 71 collectibles. There's a lot of buying going on this week. Eno buying 92 collectibles. Chunky Change buying 88. Charlie NFT 123 buying 154 collectibles himself. And then we get a break for a little while. We have Archerman buying 110. And every single name that I just read was all in the top 100. And I was only talking about people buying 69 and above. There's plenty of people buying 20, 30, 60, 40. So, and again, that's just in the top 100. A bunch of people doing a bunch of crazy, awesome, fun stuff. And again, I've had a couple meetings this week, and we're going to get a bunch of these communities on VeVe, whether it's via the comics or other stuff. I had a bunch of meetings today for it. I have a couple of meetings tomorrow. I'm so busy, but it's going to be a great time. My voice is done, but you know what? It's fine because we are doing the work for VeVe that we need to do. Meeting at 7. Okay, cool. Clever Jerk posts about Anakin's journey, mint number 123. Shout out to Gary A at 12344CA3 over on X for letting go the Anakin's Pod Racer number 123, and I think Clever Jerk had already gotten the ultra rare Emperor's Fist number 123. Looked pretty cool. Looked pretty heckin' cool. Ash Crypto said that the U.S. stocks turned green at close, and we can see the same bounce in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin closed above 104,000, says he thinks we can reach a new all-time high this week. Let's see what it's on. I feel like we've probably gone down a bit. 105.9. So it's staying right there. It's staying right at the 106. I'm out of beer. I only had one, but it's fine. I don't need any more. I'm very fat, very large. Dr. Stuff, shout out to you for being good times. Love Dr. Stuff. This little meow, 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 meow. Sorry. All right, let's keep on going. X out of you. I read VeVe stuff. Definity up a nice amount today. I thought it was really fun because I knew it was coming. I was like, hey, there might be a small buy order soon. Told you. That was fun. As good times. Dive into the world of Ciara by Korean artist Hwa Jung-hun from Hands Factory. We've seen a bunch of him before. The Life of an Artist. This series showcases the lives of artists such as toy creators, sculptors, painters, graffiti artists through the lens of the Hazard universe, portraying the diverse ways in which they pursue their art. We can go over that now. I think I have the article. Dive into their world. A part of that world. You have the Ready to Paint gal. Is that a gal? Ciara, right? Ciara is like a girl's name. Fully prepared for it. Ciara figure coated in white. It's got to be a girl. Anywho, it looks great. That is 1,507. It's only $15, so I really like the lower price points and not crazy amount of commons. 1,570. So it's out. No, but I like the fact that it's lower than like 3,000 or 6,000 like Blackpink. The next one, the Rough Sketch, there's 999 uncommon. So the 999, I think that's pretty nice as well. And then the rare is 699, so it's just under 700. And the secret rare is 199. So I really like these. And then you're going to have a common special that's 1 of 30. I did not see any digital with this one, which I think part of the reason they do so well is usually because they have a digital. So I'm curious to see how this does without it, in the absence of a digital. We'll see. Hey, Dr. Rostov, my man. Love Dr. Rostov. He's such a good dude. I thought this was fun. An entire plane was watching the World Cup, except for one dude who was watching Lord of the Rings. That is my man right there. Speaking of bounties, you have Comics and Crypto placing a $1,000 bounty on Incredible Hulk 449, mint number 1997, which is their publishing year. It's the first appearance Thunderbolts. The comic is dropping on Thursday at May 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you land mint number 1997, contact Comics and Crypto before the deadline for that $1,000 bounty. Binance founder CZ says investing in crypto is risky, but not investing in crypto is also risky. Gary O was pumped that he got the most positions climbed. I didn't really go over the anything more than the top 100. Let's see what else we got here. So up 58, 46 collectibles. Phil Nice is 64. What other ones are climbing here? Dung Dung Tak is 68. Collectibles. Gary O, where are you? All right, I could just look for. He bought 351 collectibles. Oh, where is that? Yeah, a guy named Olet. He climbed 67 spots. That's insane how you can purchase 351 collectibles and not be close to the top 3 of the week. Damn, that dude got it. That dude was getting that bread. Anyway, oh, my friends. You have a guy named Jason Morad over on the Facebook saying that the other day I complained about the glitchiness and slowness of the app, and yesterday Stormtrooper drop went extremely smooth. Picked up 2 helmets, mint number 63 and 139. I can't just post when I have bad days. He posted, he vented, and then he wound up spending more money. Good times. VeVe did what is the VeVe-verse, an introduction before. I was the first one to like it, first one to comment. Always feel very good about that. And just a couple hours ago, who's the next king? daCAT, #1 on Memezilla. Jim Cramer suggests buying Bitcoin as a hedge against excessive government borrowing. I don't know how I feel about that. I hate it when he agrees with me. I really hate it when he agrees with me. You have Cliff Verbrugge saying we had a couple of buy orders listed. I don't know where that exchange is, on Gate.io or MEXC or wherever, but they just had a couple of people that had a couple of buy orders. We are back over 106, baby. Let's go. Let's get that bread. But yeah, obviously those were just random buy orders. People had to sell into them over on for OMI there. And thank you for the invite. Kekius Maximus says Elon Musk. Love the Elon. Great guy. And then the F1 racing that we just got. So I think we're caught up on the news here. U.S. Senate officially passes the Genius Act, crypto stablecoin bill. So let's go to crypto Twitter and see what they've got going on. Yeah, went over that, Masvain. Let's take a look at the following. Someone spoke this week at Easy A. Would you eat here? Oh, hell nah. If that, I have a weird thing about animatronics. I get bad uncanny valley from it, and I don't. Nope. I just don't like. I went to Designer Con last year, Vegas. I'm with Tammy Hanna. I'm with Sparky. I'm with Fambam, and I don't know if Taps was there yet. I'm with Tina and Dogboy, and we get to this place and we see robots making drinks, and I had to freak out. I was like, oh my god, nope. And I don't know. I have a weird thing with animatronics that look like people, but they're not people, but they could kind of pass for people. I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna look at that anymore. Dr. R says market is heating up, road to 10 million, and he's talking about the toilet. He's talking about the toilet over there. We have a meeting soon. I'll go in and I'll say hook up with them. We'll hook up soon in a meeting, and hopefully we can get a deal done. There's lots of deals being done. I can't wait for this stuff to happen. I'll keep you all posted. Grok 3 launches on Azure. Azure AI Foundry, opening a new era of AI power. AI's Grok 3 is now live on Azure AI Foundry, free to try for 2 weeks with 744 TOPS per satellite and deep domain fluency. Grok 3 delivers massive performance in reasoning, code, and analysis. Microsoft now supports Groks across APIs and provision deployments with built-in safety and observability tools. It outperforms rivals on key benchmarks like GPQA and MMLU Pro. The launch expands Azure's open model ecosystem, giving developers access to elite models without infrastructure headaches. Grok 3 pricing kicks in early June, 3 million per input tokens, $15 output. I'm going to do that. Elon Musk says, I can't emphasize enough what we're looking for feedback from the developer audience. Tell us what you want, and we will make it happen. Andrew McCarthy says, when you see photos of Starship in flight, it's easy to forget just how massive it is. The Statue of Liberty roughly to scale. That is wild. That is absolutely insane. I don't know why this person keeps reposting this. Breitbart says, Korean boy band member shouts, I love Trump at Los Angeles concert. I don't know why that's news, but whatever. Dude, Dr. Stuff going in and getting this bread. Oh, look at that. Was that like a triple flip? I got to see that again. That was so cool. And a 1, a 2, 1, 2. That was at least 2. I couldn't really count though, but it looked amazing. Candace Owens, let's go. Incognito. What is incognito? Oh, I've heard the Jerry thing before. I haven't really gone into it. Yeah, sad times for Bruce Clark Kent. Laura Loomer says, kudos to Robert Kennedy Jr. for calling out the illicit Chinese vapes targeting American kids. It's time for real action to stop these dangerous e-cigs from harming more children. Let's crack down on China hard and protect our youth from addiction and harm before China claims any more victims. Today, 90% of vapes are illegally imported from China. Oh my God. My home state of Florida is #1 in the nation for illicit vape sales, while China has become the world's leading producer of e-cigarettes. CCP loves poisoning American children. Let's stop them. A little bit of a interesting statement there, but yeah, that I did not know that all that came from China. And he's gaslight longer my time, right? This girl posts, the longer we're married, the more I realize that 95% of the time my husband is right. I just didn't like his tone. It's amazing. Former FBI Director Comey says, I don't know how he ended up here. I don't know how he ended up here. It never occurred to me that it was any kind of controversial thing, but that's the time we live in. And how he ended up here. I don't know why he said that twice. Oh, is that because he tried to tell? I can't even go over it. Vincent Zerzolo says, we had a great time at Lake Como Art Festival, met up with Addiction fans, old and new alike. Tons of fun. Picked up the Simone Bianchi cover for the second Addiction series, saying it's amazing. Oh, did you guys hear about the New Orleans jail escape? An escapee was caught, 6 still on the run. Gary C. Price, who's 21 years old, charged with first-degree murder, has been captured after escaping from New Orleans main jail on Friday. He's the fourth of 10 escapees caught, with 6 fugitives still loose. Why would you even stay in the city? More than 200 officers are on the hunt, with rewards hitting $20,000 a head. Officials say the men crawled through a hole behind a bathroom fixture. Sheriff Hudson suspect staff complicitly. 3 jail employees are now suspended without pay. Louisiana State Police says that they have actual intelligence on the rest. Why would you stay in the city? I don't understand that. But then again, whatever. Microsoft is adding Grok to Azure. 2 times. Let's see what else we got here. Excuse me, let me screenshot you. Thank you. Collectors Hub tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're having an evening with artist Chris RWK. That sounds really cool. Bill Gardner's going live in 25 minutes for an Earth 2 video with VeVe Zombie. OMI is doing great things out there with his spaces. Love him. And then we have Omar retweeting Mila Jo's and breaking news. RFK Jr.'s HHS has canceled additional $60 million in grants to Harvard, and Mila Joy had voted for that. Randy Hibbert says great stablecoin, but yep, that passed. Following today's announcement of criminal charges brought against Rep. Okay, I don't really care about any of this. All right, let's go to my For You page for X, and let's see what they've got. Bowser says the harsh, untold reality. 90% of people in Web3 aren't meant to be creators. I say this not to FUD or instill fear, but to shed light on the reality of some of the creator economy. See, oftentimes people mistake being a creator is all about posting content, securing deals, covering the latest alpha on X, Y, and Z. But imagine this. What if one day the brands disappear? What if that agency stopped providing you deals? What if you lost all your connections in space? Suddenly you become a deer staring at headlights. This is an underlying issue in Web3 creator economies. Unless you're a trader, most creators rely on deals, promotion, or insert any service affiliated to marketing to make a bag. It's easy to say yes when a brand approaches you with the right number. The game almost feels like it's free because of this model. But what if that all disappeared one day? I encourage you as a reader to take a step back and reflect yourself and ask this question. Can I survive off of creativity alone? If you took away all the brand deals, the agency, the NFT projects, can you still survive off of your own creativity? What will your unique edge that makes you different? It's definitely something to ponder on. And the best part, you're not alone on this issue. And goal with Brick by Brick is to curate a collective group of talented, unique, and creative-centric individuals that create content not just for the bag, but for the sole purpose of being a creator, a group that is passionate for grander visions, creative storytelling, and impactful careers. Sound like you? Drop a brick down below. That sounds really nice, Bowser. I don't know. How do I comment brick? Do I just comment brick? Brick. Okay, well, I'm going to give him a couple of hearts because that is what he deserves. He deserves some hearts. And we have a new comment coming in from VeVe. Say, yo, what up, Randy? Yo, what up, VeVe? How's it going, fam? Just reading a bunch of stuff. Brock Blockchain on Farcaster says, looking for a complete stranger to make a lifelong commitment without context? Let me know. He posts some crazy stuff he does. Aaron also says, Senate unlocks Genius Act. Stablecoin bill heads to final showdown. U.S. Senate just cleared the biggest hurdle in crypto legislation history, passing cloture on the Genius Act with 60 to a 31 vote. That means debate ends and action begins. Genius Act is a landmark legislation that creates a regulatory framework for stablecoins. Yeah, I feel like we just went over this before. Hesse.base says consistency drives engagement. Stay dedicated, keep interacting with your followers, supporters, and those you follow. I see and value everyone who engages daily and grinds on X. You have Kaki Gaijin says, thank you for the new set. Talking about his ladies. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the back. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. In 2021, Senator Lummis broke the law by failing to disclose her Bitcoin purchases, but now she's determining crypto policy? ? Interesting. Nobu says, I've round-tripped millions, got dumped on by so-called friends, yet I feel my biggest win is loading. You know what, Nobu? I'm going to give you some hearts too, because I love Nobu. Nobu's a great guy. I'm in his space a lot. He's a cool dude. $1,000 bounty alert that I mentioned from Comments on Crypto before. Let me give him some eyes, some eye emojis, make him feel good because he deserves it. He's a good boy, a good man. There's a space going on right now. Emoji saying tonight the Oasis Social Lounge, where community connects, where he's hosting it along with the OMI homies, along with VeVe Magic, and saying community is everything. Thank you, Bored Apes. The highest price of Bitcoin ever was $109,026. The persistence, Scott, whatever says his name, Bitcoin was at 105,489. Our beautiful Bitcoiners, the future looks bright. I encourage each of you to register to vote. Love it that he gets people to try to vote. And let's take a look at what Bitcoin's doing. We haven't taken a look in a little bit. It's 106.3 now. It was 106.1 before. Now we're 106.3. I think we're at the high of the day. We are at the high of the day, and let's see where it takes us. Omar, I'm on a stream. What's up? What are they talking about, Omar? What are they? Be my eyes. What do your elf eyes see, Legolas? Oh, it's a deep space about Wayne. Oh, yeah, we love Wayne. Well, I will join their space once I am done over here. Bitcoin, yeah. So Ethereum's at 25.31. Ethereum's up 4% on the day, even though Bitcoin's only up 1.2. It was down below to like 10. It was down there. It was like 102 ish earlier today. So let's keep on going from the X. Where's my X account over here? Joey Swole. Oh God, I just missed it. OMG says, by the way, it's really cool to not be a jerk. Go out of your way to uplift people, not tear them down. Agreed. Dr. Rhonda Patterson says vitamin D supplementation was associated with a 40% lower risk of dementia over a decade. Glad I take it daily. After 5 years of 84% of supplement users were dementia-free, compared to 68% of non-users in a study of over 12,000 people. Vitamin D reduced dementia risk by 33% in adults with mild cognitive impairment, or APOE4, a key genetic risk factor for neurodegenerative diseases. I freaking love this woman. I am going to bookmark this because I love her so much. Tuck boom, says Chaos on the Chains. Professor A isn't just a genius, he's a ticking threat. Behold his masterpiece, Chronolock, a weaponized timepiece that doesn't just track time, but it rewrites it. Each gear is precision engineered to sync chaos, pressure, and power. Coming to you soon, the Chaos on the Chains. The professor is always on time. Are you running? Okay, I am going to give him some hearts because we might be doing something in the next week. There's a lot of potential deals out there, and we might be making one. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, my fellow Vivians, my fellow Americans, my fellow. Happy birthday to the legend that does the amazing voice of Goku. It was awesome to meet you at your first New York Comic Con. Steph Vox, Stephanie not only. And you were so nice. You signed your first items at New York Comic Con with me as a big fan of Goku and you. Truly appreciate the art. That is cool. That is dope. Let me go and give Omar some loving over there. Santa Claus wants some loving. Okay. Where were we? Back for a banger week. Okay, so this is at 10:30. All right, Nobu's 10:30. I have to finish the Ladies on Soul comic tonight. Potsy Weber over there saying, "Let's go, let's get this bread." Let's do coin market cap. Oh, we're at 106.4. We are almost at 106.5. We are okay. 106.3 now. A little bit down. It's fine. Fine. Consolidate if you must. Prepare for the next leg up. Oh, I'm so ready. Guys, I'm so ready. I'm so ready to get this bread. And bags are doing well. Let's take a look at daCAT. I know my dog is barking up there, but I wanna take a look at daCAT first, and see it's $1.6 million market cap. You gotta love it. Gotta love it when daCAT does cat things. Noth Clint. Oh, Noth Clint says, "What if Minecraft came to VeVe official?" Speculation Nation. Imagine a world where Minecraft meets VeVe, two iconic platforms, each with passionate, creative fan bases. The potential for immersive digital and maybe physical collectibles charts. This could be more than just a drop. It could be a moment. Interactive AR blocks, limited edition skins, digital dioramas you can build and showcase in real space, even digital Minecraft themed pins or figures. Yes, please. But let's be real. One of VeVe Official's biggest weaknesses has been how to build hype for new IPs. Too often, the excitement never reaches outside the core collector community. Fans of the IP never even know a drop happened until it's too late. 4, it's great for whales and early adopters who can swoop in and grab the goods. But for the actual fans of the IP, the ones who'd love to own something meaningful from their favorite brand, they miss out, and that's a huge opportunity lost. Collab like VeVe Official x Minecraft could be a game changer, not just for us insiders, but not just for another digital drop, but for fandom at scale. It's a chance to bring the world in and show the possible immersive digital collecting. So here's the question. What would it take for VeVe Official to truly unlock the power of fandom, not just for its collectors, but for millions of fans waiting outside the walls? The Minecraft community is ready. Is VeVe? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I would rather, and people saying like, oh, they're quoting Stephen. So Stephen Duarte had said like, hey, is this a partnership or just a nod? And VeVe says, this post is a nod and recognition of a historic moment in pop culture and gaming history. This post. They never said that they didn't have a partnership. They just said that that particular post was. Anyway, this is great. I'll give them a like. Getting a collectible on VeVe and being able to use that collectible as a skin on Minecraft would be the best thing. Like that's the only thing that really makes sense in my opinion on how they could take it to the next level. Oh my god, the hip rest. Ed Shua got the 1976 Stormtrooper helmet cross section. So close to the 77. So close. So close. Hacky Gaijin says my Rose collection, and this doesn't include the new ones and all of the duplications. That looks amazing. That looks really cool. That looks really dope. We're almost at 2 hours. I'll go for another 15 minutes for that. It's cool not to be. Yeah, I just read all of these. Senator Lummis is making a big mistake by focusing only on Bitcoin, says Dom Kwok. That's the name, Dom Kwok. While Bitcoin may be the most well-known, few realize that it is the altcoins and their associated blockchains that give crypto utility. Without the blockchains that focus on making payments faster and cheaper, crypto's original promises cannot be achieved. Not to mention altcoins comprise of a significant portion of crypto. As writing this post, Bitcoin's market cap is 2 trillion and the altcoin market cap is 1.4 trillion. Altcoins are too big to ignore. I welcome Senator Lummis to start learning about all other incredible blockchains on Easy A app and why they matter as much, if not more than Bitcoin. Crypto Jack says, you made $1 million in crypto. Would you cash out or reinvest? I mean, I'd consider it a failure if I made $1 million in Bitcoin, but I understand this question. The Red Guardian. So they Comics and Crypto are offering $1,000 bounty for Avengers number 43, mint number 1967, and they're asking if they should raise the bounty. I think they should. And, you know, if that helps people spend a little more money and maybe they get it, maybe. Ow. Oh, Tom Bibian. So I was on Tom's space this morning. 54,000 followers, and he had co-hosts. I think Kimber and Bitcoin Barbie, or Pixie and Bitcoin Barbie. He had a couple of co-hosts there that I knew. Hesse.Base says your product doesn't suck. It's just built. It's just not built on base. Yeah, you got to build on base, peeps. What's something you generally miss? The younger generation. Yeah, I don't care. DoorDash driver delivers chaos to Chicago. Oh my god. Anywho, let's do. Let's go over a couple of things that I haven't really gone over recently. Let's do flow, or that I don't really pay much attention to, but I should. All right, flow pretty flat on the day. It's at 40 cents. Doesn't really need to be explained. Let's do Illuvium. Illuvium's up 0.2% at $13 hair. So most of the rest of the market, again, just kind of had that dip and that V-shaped recovery. Again, that was Illuvium. Let's do Spores now. Oh my god, why is my back is killing me. Okay, Spores. Ugh. Yeah, okay. That's strange. Spores had $53,000 in volume, but the market cap is only 230,000. This is I'm sensing something happening over there. Let's take a look at the other. If there's anything out of the ordinary that we see, I don't think there would be. Nothing's up. Oh, AAVE is up 14%. So that is definitely out of the ordinary, especially considering most things are not up above or below 4% on the day. So AVE just had a big day. Fartcoin is down 7.5%. I did not realize Fartcoin was the number 86 crypto out there. That is bananas. I'm curious where Flow landed. Is it? Oh, Flow's number 139. Flow's been kicked out of top 100 by a time. But in the last hour, you have a couple of movements with a couple of things, but nothing crazy. So again, the focus really just is on Bitcoin, and again, 106.3. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that we can get on. All right, it's 106.2 now for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the market for VeVe, shall we? VeVe's got a couple of things. I know a friend gave me a Snapchat. I don't really have time for that. I want to check some of the grails. Let's do partners. Partner statue, 65 in the that are right there, and you have 979. So you could actually get a part, and of course it's a low mint Mick that is selling it. I feel like he floors everything. But yeah, 979. What is he flooring it for? I don't know. But you can get a partner statue now for under $1,000. Now let's take a look at Spider-Man. And we'll take a look at the secret rare of Peter Parker. I will do Miles Morales too, but also I should really put collectible on there because I do all results. There's going to be a million comics that I don't really care about. All right, there's 21 secret rare Spider-Man Peter Parker originals in the market, 3,089. But the number 3,089 is mint number 980, and the number 3,100 for $11, or the one that's 3,100, so 11 gems more, is number 324. I would definitely get the number 324. Yes, I will check the miles. Actually, he's the next person I'm gonna check. Well, I'll do all the miles. Let's start off with the rare. My back. All right, rare miles. If this will freaking load for me. Come on, baby. Come on, get this red. Sometimes it's broken and you have to X out and then go back in. I'm going to X out and go back in. There we go. 160. And how many of him are there? I forget. Let's take a look. There are 1,750 of him. Okay, and 160 for the rare. All right, let's do the ultra rare. The ultra rare, I think there were 1,000, right? Yeah, and it's 299. So you could actually get, yeah, there's 1,000 of him, the 299, and it's not, then it goes to 300, then it goes to 440, then it goes to 520. Not crazy thin, but now let's take a look at the secret. I want to see the relationship. This is $7,000. I know this dude, or I've seen this dude before. I forget his name. He has like 25 collectibles, but yeah, so trying to sell it for 7,000. So you can possibly get a secret rare miles for 7K right now, and I think that's pretty low. And then I think who's that? Is Sergio? No, I don't know who this dude is. Oh yeah, Sergio. Sergio is trying to sell this for 8,500. So if you go over and you sell your secret rare Miles Morales, or if somebody gets his secret rare Miles Morales for 7K, it suddenly goes up to 8,500. So that would be the next floor. I have my secret Spider-Man. Is that 20 million? It's true. Got to pay to win. Pay to win. Also, Jason Payne, thank you for being a member. Good times. All right, let's take a look at the VeVe Gold logo because I love that thing. Okay, show more. Hit the road, Jack. It's at $3,390, so $3,390 for the number 184. There's a sub 100 out there for 6K, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I think mine is out there, isn't it? No, it doesn't show mine. I think I put mine out there for like like $30,000 in OMI, give or take. So it would have been like a lot. Let's do Riso and then Todd. The Riso Batman. Take a look at him. There's 17 of them in the market, so there's not a ton in the market. And he's at 619. Is that San Diego? That's what he's at. And then it goes to 700, 739, 819. So it's not a, yeah, that's not bad. And then Todd, do Todd McFarlane Batman. Let's see what he's at. 68 of him in the market, 285. So it's like 2.2x the floor. And I don't think there's any 2 digits that are available. I doubt there's any 2 digits. If there is, they're way down. Number 101 for 5K. I don't think it's really going to matter. Yeah, now we're good. Let's take some other ones that we haven't thought of in a while. Also let me X out of that and put my charger on my phone to give me some of this. Let's do MC1. Although I don't know if I type in MC1 and there's not gonna, okay. I just have to type in Marvel Comics number 1. Maybe it comes, okay, it does. That's perfect. So the floor price on a common is $24. The uncommon is $42. Rare is $94. Ultra rare is $155, and the secret rare is $25.79. Oh my gosh! All right, you want Spidey Noir? All right, let's do the Noir, and that's a great one. Spidey Noir is a great one. There's 10 of them in the market. Number 16 available for 3,500 doll hairs. Pretty good, not gonna lie. 3,500, it's a nice chunk of change. Let's do Amazing Fantasy. Amazing. One day you'll see it can happen to me. It can happen to me. The floor price on a common Amazing AF15 is $136. Uncommon is $86. Rare is $235. Ultra rare is $440, and $8,000 for the secret rare. Oh my God, 8,000 is a lot. But I hope someone buys it. I hope they get it. It's good for the market. It'd be great for Burn if they had it listed on Stacker, but they don't. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna be done after this because my back is destroyed. Do not Amazing Fantasy. Say Fantastic for number 1. Let's see what that's up to, and then we'll do Fantastic for number 5 after that. I'm asking for number 1. Okay, here we go. 255 in the market. So there's a bit. Wow, the Fantastic Four number 1. The numbers. The number 1. The commons are $7. Uncommons are 16. Rares 24. Ultra rares 43, and 598 for the secret rare. I want to try number 5 and see what it gives me. This is first appearance of Dr. Doom, baby. Dr. Doom. $5 for the common, $569 for the uncommon, $20 for the rare, $75 for the ultra rare, and $295 for the secret rare. Okay, now I want to try something here. If I didn't have fat thumbs, I wasn't such a fat ass. Oh, let's see what we got here. Sentry number 1. The commons are $6. Uncommon 16, rares 19, ultra rare 65, and the secret rare is 400. Oh, baby. Spider-Man Noir is coming out on Prime. It is. I love Nick Cage. And watch it in black and white or color. That's so cool. That 1930s New York City. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do with that because I like that. Let me see. What is the? I don't know the Silver Surfer number, like where he came out. Is it Silver Surfer number 3 that I'm thinking of? Yeah, Silver Surfer number 3, first appearance of Mephisto. I have a couple of these. No, I'm gonna buy one more because it's $2.25. So I have like no gems left, but now I have 23. This says 22. So Silver Surfer number 3 is the first appearance of Mephisto, and now the next one's $3. Cool. Uncommon is $2.75. The rare is $4. Should I get one? I said, well, why would you want to? Well, I have an idea. Well, I'll show you why. It's because they, there are 5,000 of them, and I like them. Anyway, we're at the 2 hours now, so that's going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dash. It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos. No need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.